All right, next matchup, it is going to be in the Big East. I'm talking about Georgetown versus Marquette, 8:30 Eastern tip-off. Marquette is laying 8 points at home in a Big East matchup. Total at 150 and a hook. Money's on Marquette. Money's on the under. Marquette opened 7.5 up to -8. Total open 151 down to 150 and a hook. Georgetown plus 320 on the money line. McClung is questionable. He's been battling injuries all year. Georgetown just 3-6 straight up in their last 9. They went 30% against the spread in their last 10 as well. They're allowing 74 points per contest. Got to feel bad for Patrick Ewing on the sideline. You shouldn't. The guy's made a lot of money. He loves basketball. He's coaching. He's doing what he loves. But man, it's tough to watch him on the sideline when Georgetown crumbles at the end of these games. But anyway, Marquette on the other side, they rank in the top 40 in scoring, top 20 in offensive three-point percentage. They're shooting 38% from beyond the arc. They also rank in the top 35 in home offensive rebounding. One more thing to add about Marquette, they are pretty good at home, 12-2 straight up in the friendly confines. Now, scoring-wise, we're looking at a Marquette team who's 60% to the over in their last 10. Meanwhile, 3 out of Georgetown's last 5 got over the number as well. I'm going to lean toward Marquette in this game. Give me Marquette -8 and the over 150.5 in that game. All right, let's take a look at the SEC. I'm talking about LSU taking on Florida. This should be a very, very good game. This was actually our daily poll game on my Patreon website. So if you want access and see who the Brock Page delegation is leaning toward, that is the $3.49 package. But once again, Florida Gators hosting LSU, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off in the Swamp. Now, Florida, the Gators, they are laying 5 points at home, total at 148, and we're seeing money on the Gators and the under. Florida open as the 4-point favorite, up to -5, total open 148.5 down to 148. The Tigers of LSU, they are plus 180 for an outright upset win on the road. Now, guys, if you like LSU in this matchup, it's really not that bad of a lean, really not that bad of an angle. They rank in the top 5 in road scoring on average per game, top 10 in road offensive rebounding. They're averaging 83 points per contest when they travel. Meanwhile, the Gators on the other side, they've played some good basketball in spots this year, but as of late, really not getting the job done against the number. They've successfully covered the point spread in just 3 out of their last 9 games. And when they're home, they've played 13 home games. They've successfully covered the point spread in just 5 of those 13 home games. So total-wise, Florida, 60% to the over in their last 10. Meanwhile, LSU, 6-0 to the over in their last 6 straight. I'm going to lean LSU plus 5 and the over 148 in that game. All right, next and final matchup for the show, it is going to be Maryland taking on Minnesota, 9 o'clock Eastern tip-off in that Big Ten matchup. Now, guys, I was surprised about it. We have a pick'em contest. We're going to have a good game tonight, total at 134. And believe it or not, Maryland actually opened as the 1-point dog. Now, we did see, obviously, money toward Maryland. We saw money toward the over as well. The Terrapins open +1, now a pick'em. Total open 133 up to 134. Now, if you like the Terrapins in this matchup here, I cannot blame you. 9-1 straight up in their last 10. They rank in the top 30 in points allowed, top 20 in defensive field goal percentage. They're allowing just 62 points per contest, and their opponents are shooting just 38% from the field when they face Maryland. Now, Minnesota on the other side, winners of just 3 out of their last 9 straight up. They also failed to cover the point spread in 6 out of those 9 games. They're averaging a measly 69 points per contest, and they're shooting a very low 41% from the field this year. Now, 7 out of Minnesota's last 9 did stay under the total. No real surprise there. I'm going to lean Maryland in the pick'em and the under 134 in that game. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Once again, don't forget to check me out on Patreon. But most importantly, actually, you know what? We got shout-outs. We did shout-outs today. Let's go ahead and dive into some shout-outs brought to you by patreon.com/BrockPage, where we do daily premium sports picks on that website beginning at just $1.99 through the end of the month. Shout out to Joseph Vong Patty, Pittsburgh Gentleman, PA, from Western Pennsylvania. Shout out to Andrew Stirrup from the Bahamas. RMS, Soundoff 078, Anthony James, Robert Trefker, Vernon Williard, Gambling Junkie, Stephen Lewis, Dom Hughes, and last but certainly not least, got to give a shout out to the Rudy. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. I got to thank you for joining me right here on YouTube. I really hope you enjoyed all this great free content, all this great free information. Happy Wednesday to you. Best of luck to you. And I look forward to seeing you on my website later today at patreon.com/rockpage.